QueenCityPodcastNetwork.com.
Yo, what's cracking, Panther Nation? It's your boy Rashad. It's your boy Dave. And even though we're 0-6, we live. We live every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. We still in the building because it's always keep pounding. Dave is always staying on the prowl. Dave got his drink he drank.
It's a triple.
Yeah. Oh, a triple.
It's going to be a triple tonight.
Hey, it be like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes. So it's a lot to talk about. Obviously, I know some of y'all were waiting for us to react to the news, maybe expecting emergency pod yesterday. But, some of us kind of thought this was going to happen anyway. So not that big of a deal. And we'll break it all down, the ramifications of Thomas Brown moving up to a signal caller. So we'll talk about that. You're going to get our full thoughts unfiltered. So because there is some potting about to take place on my part. I don't know where Dave stands on this, but I'm about to pot.
Okay, I told y'all.
Too soon. Hey, can we get 5 minutes into the show, Dave?
I said it on Twitter too, so they knew it was coming. Like they knew it was coming.
5 minutes, and we got the I told y'all coming in already. But anyway, Dave, before we get into the particulars in the pod, how was your weekend? It was Dave's birthday this past on the 12th. So we potted after that. But Dave, how did you spend your birthday? Happy birthday to you. And let me get a happy birthday in the chat to Dave, man. Come on, run it up one time.
And listen, let me be clear. There's no cap on what just happened. Yes, I had a birthday last week. But nah, man, it was cool. I mean, it was just another day for me, man. I had an interesting day today, man. I went to divorce court today, so it's been a
day.
Yeah, man.
Throwing it out there,
huh?
Just throwing it out there for thousands of people to, you know what I mean?
I mean, I've said it on the pod before. I just never said it on the show. So if you've been watching, I've said it. But nah, divorce day happened. But yeah, my birthday was last week. I'm 41 now, can't complain. Appreciate the birthday wishes. But it was another day. I got to chill. I went to go see Howard at Harvard. Harvard abused Howard pretty viciously. It was bad, bruh. It was bad. Shout out to the Libra gang.
Yeah, man. So for me, nothing too much. We had inducted some new guys into the frat on Saturday, so that was dope. Shout out to my guys, the Mob Squad, man. Shout out to those dudes. But yeah, other than that, man, it's just just chugging along. Same old. Living life. Happy to be alive, staying on the prowl. You know what it is. Just being positive. You know how that is. It's life outside of Panthers football. You know what I mean? So it's stuff to enjoy.
No shame.
No. Real quick, speaking of positivity on the prowl, I got to give a real quick shout out to my daughter. My youngest daughter made the cheerleading squad.
I saw that
at her middle school, man. So shout out to my daughter, man. Shout out to my daughter. She's that's something she had been watching TikToks, and she said she wanted to do it, but was nervous about it. And she tried out and made it. So shout out. She's already a dancer. I told her she kind of cheated. Yeah, I mean, she kind of cheated on the tryout because you already a dancer.
No.
You already a dancer. It's kind of the same. You know what I mean?
No, don't do that. No. Not like that. Not like this.
Oh, man. I told her she cheated. What's crazy is her and her friend that danced at the same studio, both of them made it. I said, y'all cheated. Y'all cheated.
No, don't do that. They still had to try out. They still had to make the team.
They did.
Like, come on, don't do that, man. Don't be out here trying to shoot your kids' glories, man. Don't be doing that.
Man, I'm just saying,
I had to do that earlier this week. But shout out to your daughter, man. Shout out to your youngest, because
man.
Look, man, she works hard. She out here. She's been out here killing it. Her and both of your daughters been killing it.
And shout out, gotta give my oldest daughter a shout out too, because she's doing much, much better in school this year. Last year was a bit of a struggle. She turned the corner, starting to come into her own a little bit from a school perspective. So I'm proud of my kid, both of my kids. Shout out to my daughters. Always proud of my kids, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to them.
Yeah, my daughter took the PSATs this weekend.
My man, Carlos gotta keep them humble. That's right.
Right.
Walking around thinking they just own everything and they nice to everything. You got to keep them humble, man.
I'm gonna give you guys I'm gonna give you some parental advice. You better get them humble while they're young, because if you don't get them humble until they get older, it's gonna be too late. I'm telling y'all.
Carson said she made more teams.
Yo, no, you shouldn't be laughing, sir.
Oh man,
I can laugh. You cannot.
Why can't I laugh?
Didn't he? No, that wasn't Shot Smith. It was somebody else. Oh, it was the bird. It was the bird. It was the bird.
Yeah, no disrespect for Demir Bird. Shot Smith, I mean, shout out to his cousin that we ran into live, or his peoples that we ran into live at training camp. Who drove up on the car. You remember that day?
Mm-hmm.
Man, shout out. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Hey, Carson, mad disrespectful.
Yo, Carson's
Sketching crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. B Diva, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Carson, wow, man. Hey, Carson's funny, bro. Shout out to Carson. All right.
So shout out to Too Busy. I see Too Busy in there.
Yeah, shout out to Too Busy, man. Hey, Too Busy back. Appreciate you for coming back. We might need to get your opinion on some of these things. I might open it up a little bit later. Stay tuned. Too Busy. We might need to get you back in here. So shout out to her for coming back, man. Great insight. If you missed the last show, we had a therapy session. Too Busy came here and dropped mad knowledge, mad funny. So we might get her back on, man. Shout out to her.
It almost was another therapy session.
Yeah. Yeah. But all right, let's go ahead and get into some of this content. Remember, pursue your dreams, radiate positivity, overcome an obstacle, work hard, and love what you do. That's what staying on the proud is all about. So we talked about some positivity. Now we got to keep it a buck. It's some stuff we got to keep it a buck about when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. Obviously, 0-6 after getting, destroyed by the Dolphins. We were in it. We put up a valiant effort in the first quarter, and then from there it just went downhill. The Dolphins adjusted. They did what they had to do, and they kind of put the foot on our neck and suffocated us out. But first quarter was a well played game for the Carolina Panthers. But we're not going to break that one down too much. But it is what it is there. But Dave, we got to talk about this roster movement. Alex Cook was signed to the 53-man roster after being taken off of the Giants practice squad. Okay, so a little bit about this dude. This dude plays too. He kind of like a Travis Hunter, Dave. He like a diet Travis Hunter, Splenda Travis Hunter. You know what I mean? He
plays both sides.
Yeah, he plays both sides. Converted wide receiver, plays safety. Obviously, some safety depth concerns when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. Xavier Woods might be coming back after the bye, but Von Bell's injury may be more serious than we think. So they went out and signed Alex Cook. Again, straight off the Giants practice squad, which means he has to take a roster spot. Dave, are you scared about this?
No, I trust the defensive coaching staff. So I'm not worried about it. As long as they make him focus on one position.
So you don't want no Travis Hunter, B?
Hell no. I've been on the record saying Travis Hunter is a 5-star wide receiver. He should play wide receiver. And I'm standing by that after what happened last week. But we need safety help. He can help out the safety position. I don't need him trying to play the other side. Look, there's already enough confusion on the offense as it is. I have no interest in seeing him play the other side, all right? We need to focus and put him in the secondary, and hopefully that's what we're going to roll with.
Yeah, and so just real quick, he is from the University of Washington, played there from 2018 to 2022, started there as a receiver. He had 26 yards, then switched to safety at the beginning of his sophomore season. He had 139 total tackles, 4.5 for loss, 3 passes defended, 6'1", 220-pound guy, signed with the Giants as an undrafted free agent in the spring. So, it is what it is there, man. I mean, do you think he's going to get some play? He's got signed. It's like he's going straight to the roster, so they got to feel some type of way about him. And shout out to Panthers Wire for that information. I read that off PanthersWire.com.
I wonder, would he even get a 46? Did he play special teams for the Giants?
I do not know, honestly.
Somebody asked me if I still trust Evero. Absolutely, I trust Evero. Why wouldn't I?
Bro, Evero working with 2 hands tied behind his back,
and
an eye patch and a broken leg.
If you want a list of folks that I can't trust, I can give it to you. But I trust Evero.
But yeah, so that's Alan Cook, man. Alex Cook, he's going to the 53-man roster, so he has to go straight to the 53-man. I don't know if he's gonna get that much burn, but it kind of is what it is, man. So yeah, I really don't have any thoughts about it. We do need a safety depth there. So let me ask you this: what does this say about Jamie Robinson, though?
Oh, it says a lot about him because that says that he ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. He ain't where he's supposed to be. So I think it says more about him than anything else. To be quite frank,
Yeah, that's a bit disappointing because I'm a Jamie Robinson guy. Florida State.
Yep.
And I thought he would be further along, especially if they're looking to sign a guy now versus playing him. That's a little bit disappointing. These are the type of situations, especially when you're 0-6, you don't have much to play for. You kind of want to see your young guys play. And the fact that they went out and signed him, and maybe he's just for depth. Maybe they do push up Jamie Robinson.
Maybe
and this guy's just a depth player. I'm speculating. Maybe that's the case. But because you got to have depth. That's kind of how we got into this situation in the first place. Is by not having depth on defense. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But yeah.
But I want to make a statement because I heard somebody feel away about the signing. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. You should know who your GM is. Your GM is out here shopping at Dollar Tree. He ain't out here shopping at.
These strays got to stop. Yo, y'all are on one today, bro. Y'all, these strays are crazy. Yo, A-Cash, bro, you wilding for this.
Yo, A-Cash said it looks like there's 144 better than
Jamie Robinson. Goodness gracious, what a stray. What a stray. If you don't recall, if you don't know what we're talking about, Jamie Robinson came out on the call right after we drafted him and said there wasn't 144 players better than him after feeling disrespected by being drafted so late. And A-Cash just comes out and Jesus.
Yo, I'm crying right
now. Y'all gotta chill, bro. Goodness gracious. Man. Yeah, but hopefully, like the latter, like I said. Jamie Robinson may get the start, and then Alex Cook is for depth. I hope that's the case. Because if we see Alex Cook,
let me tell you something, bro. If Alex Cook's out here trotting out here, we got to have a discussion. I'm telling you.
Shout out to my guy Max. I saw Max at the fence, and he wrote that he did write that on his helmet, and I was like, "Yo, that's so dope! Like that's such a dope thing to write." And now it appears that. All right, that's not funny. Jamie Robinson gonna play. He gonna play, yo. We not doing that. We not doing yo. Hey, Cash, you wildin'. Hey, he about to play, yo.
We're going to have a discussion about these Florida State supposed to be showing up on these rosters, man.
Yo, we not doing that, yo. Yo, that's funny. That is funny, bro. That's funny, man. Yo, that's crazy.
This is why I'm drinking the triple.
That's
crazy, y'all are tripping.
Y'all are on one today, man. Between Carson and Cash, man. Y'all might need to go to timeout, man. Y'all are wilding today. All right. So that's Alex Cook, safety / wide receiver. Could get. Hey, we got some gaps there too that can be filled. Maybe he can get some burn at wide receiver too. Like I said, a la Diet Travis Hunter. But that's being said, anything else on the Alex Cook day?
Nah, man, I'm good there. Good there. On right. Mr. Cook.
Is the question is there any tape on Alex Cook? I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't had time to break him down.
All I'm gonna say is this:
I don't know, to be honest.
If Alex Cook gets more tape than Jamie Robinson with the Panthers, man, I think we're gonna have a discussion about a lot.
Jamie playing, yo. Jamie playing, bro. Jamie, he about to play, bro. He's playing next game. Obviously got the bye coming up, but after that, we play the Colts right after that.
No, we played Texans.
Houston.
Got the Texans, and then we got.
He's playing in that game. He's playing in that game, dog. He's playing in that game.
We gonna see.
1,000%.
We gonna see.
Chill out. All right.
We gonna see.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Some injury updates. As you can see, we got two prominent guys on the screen right here, and we've got some updates. According to Frank Reich, he says Corbett, things are trending very positively. With JC, he's got an appointment coming up. He's going to check with the doctor in the upcoming week. At that time, they'll make a determination of what they're going to do. This is my personal opinion. Again, I don't have any information. My personal opinion is that Corbett is going to be ready to practice coming off the bye. I think he's going to play. I think Austin Corbett is going to play in the Texans game. JC, I think, has a couple more weeks after that. But I think Austin Corbett is going to play. And also keep in mind, Xavier Woods is another guy who did not IR. He's missed 3 games already. They have not IR'd him. I would expect him to also return at the Houston Texas game as well. So we're starting to get a little bit healthy. Maybe things start to turn the corner for the Carolina Panthers. Some positive things happening. Get some guys back. We'll see what happens. But Dave, any thoughts? Any thoughts on the injury updates?
JC, bro, he needs to be ready for the bye. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen, but he needs to be ready for the bye. I know it's not going to happen, but it's
not going to happen, bro. You gonna hurt your feelings setting yourself up for failure like that, Dave.
Come on, man.
Don't put any expectations on JC Horn, bro. Just
no, I have to.
Just let it be, bro. You got to come to
third
grips.
Season.
You got to come to grips that this is it's.
Oh, come on,
he won't be fully healthy into his contract year, and then he's gonna want a huge bag. I can see it already, bro.
And he should.
You know how the game go.
And
you know how the game go, Dave.
And
you know how the game go.
And we shouldn't pay him. And if he doesn't show up by the halfway through the season, we shouldn't pay him.
He gonna want top 10 money because he's gonna play like it, and the Panthers are gonna have a decision to make.
So what does he play with for the past 6 weeks? What did he play like for the past 6 weeks?
He ain't played.
That's my point. So why should I pay him top 10 money?
I mean, because he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it consistently on his contract year. That's how these things work, Dave.
I know how it works.
Come on, man. You know how it works. Josiah said, I took a picture with you at Fan Fest at the team store. Hey, man, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Josiah. Anytime you see me out in these streets, man, holla at me, man. I appreciate that super chat too, by the way. But yeah, man. So with that said, any other updates? Any other updates on these guys that you want to talk about?
I mean, I'm happy that Corbett's gonna be ready soon. That's beautiful to see. Our offensive line needs it. I don't want to see Throckmorton ever again, yo.
Did you call him Throckmorton?
Doc. What is his last name?
It's Throckmorton.
Throckmorton.
Dave called him Throckmorton out in the street. Come on, man.
He giving up all the sacks. He giving up all the sacks, all the pressure.
Dave get out divorce court and thinking about thoughts. B, come on, what you doing, man?
Listen, don't be doing that to me, man. Don't be out here doing that to me.
You said it, not me. You said it.
Whatever his name is. Listen, either way, I saw your grades from him, brother.
Yeah, he had a terrible game.
Dog, he was out here giving it all up.
To his credit, he was. To his credit, that was his worst game. He had been pretty solid.
Yeah, he has been pretty solid the past couple weeks. All jokes aside.
Yeah, he was pretty solid before then, man. But yeah, you got to call him Throckmorton out this mug, man. Goodness gracious. Giving up all the sacks. Pause. Come on, man. Come on. All right, the stats. Shout out to the stats. He says, do you expect play calling to look substantially different? And if so, which aspects? Also, I appreciate Dave's logical opinions. 100.
Thank you, the stats.
You finally got a fan. You finally got a fan.
I don't have too many fans around here. I only get heat.
Hey, look,
I don't get credit.
The stats, we'll talk about the first part of that argument a little bit later. So let us get to that. But we appreciate the super chat. We'll come back to that first point a little bit later. Hold on to that. All right. So all right, let's keep it moving. All right. So shout out to all the Patreon members. Patreon.com/PantherNationPC. Shout out to all the MVP members. Hey, real quick, I do have one ticket available. I'm probably gonna do the giveaway next week during the bye week. This is the bye week, but I'll do it next week after the bye as you prepare to go up against the Texans. I got one more ticket for the Atlanta Falcons. So if you want to go to the Atlanta Falcons game, become an MVP member, put yourself in that to create the opportunity to win that ticket. All right. Franchise folks, man, we appreciate y'all as well. And shout out to Andrew Australia, who is our newest free agent. We appreciate all the super chats. All of the free agents, all of the franchise, and all the MVP, all the Patreon members. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all support. Couldn't do it without y'all, man. So we appreciate that. All right. Real quick day, Underdog Fantasy Love.
Baseball playoffs is upon us. NFL is upon us. You can do pick'ems. They do live pick'ems. So you can pick something while the game is going on live, which is awesome. They got Scorchers on the app where you can potentially win 100 times your money. So go to underdogfantasy.com and use the code PNP when you do. I hit a couple scorchers a few weeks ago. I think it was like 30 times my money. I only had to get 4 right, if I remember correctly. So go to underdogfantasy.com, use the code PNP when you do. They're doing a $100 match right now. And they also have 100K Sundays where they change the player. You can change the player. You can potentially win 100,000. You'd be split apart another $100,000 for your pick'ems as well. All right. Underdog Fantasy, guys.
Shout out to Underdog Fantasy, man. Underdog Fantasy is everywhere now. Shout out to us for being like one of the first people because we was in there early, and now Underdog Fantasy is literally everywhere.
Out here got commercials,
bro. I heard them on the radio.
dancing.
I was listening to the radio. I was listening to the game yesterday when I was going back to pick up my daughter, and I had the radio on, and I heard the Underdog Fantasy commercial. I'm like, bro, shout out to them, man, because I don't think we ever expected them to get this big, but they are. Yo, Underdog is everywhere, bro.
Yeah,
like,
and a lot of folks have been jumping
everywhere.
Yeah, I think the gambling rules for all gambling in North Carolina is about to change too. It starts in January, if I remember correctly, correct? Or has it already started?
I don't know, but you can use Underdog Fantasy in North Carolina. So I don't know what the rules are, but you can use it. But anyway,
when you do, use the code PNP.
PNP when you sign up. Underdog is everywhere. All right, so we talked about the offensive line a little bit. We talked about Throckmorton. Him giving up him giving up everything, gave it all up.
Only a hit in a hurry.
Shout out to Throckmorton. But yeah, it wasn't too pretty. It wasn't too pretty. Grades pretty bad. Offensive line was pretty much rough. It was rough. I mean, hey, when you talk about Bryce Young, and I got a point when it comes to Bryce Young. We'll talk about him a little bit later, but this is not helping Bryce. This is not helping Bryce at all. Taylor Moton is been pretty sturdy. Icky's been pretty sturdy. I know he's got a bad overall grade this time. He did give up a sack.
Pass blocking was good though.
He's been pretty solid. All right, he's been pretty solid. Icky has been. But the interior, it ain't, bro. You cannot. And maybe
but the thing is, there's been so much turnover in the interior, and as much as we want to,
one guy's been the same, and Bozeman. I mean, he
had a rough day in the office. He had a rough day in the office Sunday, but I'm going to give him grace because he's out here trying to.
Dave, grace cast from Dave. Okay.
No, I'm gonna give him grace because he's out here. He's had different guards almost every other week. So, that communication in the offensive line is important. That's why the continuity is important. And the center is more like, I don't think folks understand how important that position is at the center position. So, I'm going to give him grace. Like, he out here trying to do what he can. But he's got Throckmorton on one end. He got Cade.
Throckmorton.
At some point I would like to interview the guy. Like, you're not.
Oh, my bad. Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, you're not helping here. I'm trying to correct.
Not my bad.
I'm trying to correct you guys. You out here not trying to correct. But either way, so my point is that we got to have more continuity on the line. And the injuries have not helped. And Corbett coming back is going to help. But once again, not the combination. It'll be a new combination.
At least he does have a full year under his belt playing with Corbett. I'm sure it's like riding a bike. Them two guys get back together. Hopefully. I've never played offensive line before, but I would hope that
I mean, it'll help, but it's about the full 5, right? And there's only 2 guys up. There's only 3 guys. 3 out of the 5 guys have been there every week. Akeem, Bozeman, and Moton. And you're starting to gain some consistency with Akeem, which is good. I mean, he could have had a better grade, but at least his pass block is better. But
so just going back to our conversation. If you haven't heard and you never saw the show before, if you go back to our conversation with Steve Smith and we went on cut to it, he talked about this. He talked about the guard play, and he talked about how everybody loves the tackles, and they're quick to say, hey, the tackle play is the most important. But he clearly spoke about it and was highlighting the fact that the guards have to be great. Your guards have to be good. And that is the worst part of our offensive line due to continuity, obviously, injuries. They've hurt us. But we have to get better guard play if we're going to expect Bryce to play well and we're going to expect him to get better. It has to be better. It has
just remember, What do we do with left tackles and right tackles that can't play tackle?
Move him to guard.
We move them to guard. There's a reason for that. So we gotta have better guard play than what we're currently getting. I mean, K Mays had a pretty good day, which I'm very happy to see.
He's been solid. Cade has been solid at left guard. I mean, he had a rough start, in the preseason. Was a little nervous, but he's filled in pretty well there. So, no major concern. I wonder what they're gonna do when Corbett comes back. How is it gonna shift again? Are they gonna leave Cade Mays there, or are they gonna switch Throckmorton over? I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
I know when they were talking about like some of the left, like I'm wondering, Jensen's still hurt, isn't he?
I don't know if Nash Jensen is hurt or not. To be honest with you, I can check the roster.
Well, because I'm wondering why he isn't getting an opportunity.
Or Deontay Brown.
Or they were talking about Ricky Lee trying to make him play different positions. Like, like if it's that rough, try something. To fix that right guard situation. Even though I would probably prefer Ricky Lee on the left,
but again, Throckmorton had been playing well. Like this is his first bad game.
Fair enough.
In the games that he's played. So I don't think had he played well, and again, Christian Wilkins he's nice. So he's a really good player.
Yeah, he had a rough day.
He's a really good player. You're gonna take some L's there. So it kind of is what it is. And there were some communication issues. I'm not too mad at him. I thought we were able to run the football pretty well, but it is what it is, man. Hopefully we'll get better once Corbett comes back. Hopefully Corbett will get back to his normal self because coming off that injury, that's a tough injury to come back from. Is he going to be a shell of himself, or is he going to be just as good as he was before? That's a question we don't know the answer to. Hopefully, we'll get there. We'll see. But anyway, here is Bryce Young. This was Bryce Young's best game by far. Not by far. He had another game. Actually, if you look at his PFF scores, they're getting progressively better every single game. And that's what you want to see from Bryce. Obviously, this looks much cleaner. There's a lot of green on this. I know we're not hitting the 20-plus yards. I know y'all are going to say something about that. I think that will come, especially with the change that's going to happen. But I like this chart. It's the football spread out all over the place. It was spread to different targets. I know Thielen got a lot of the work, but he was starting to hit other targets as well.
Targets.
Yeah, he got a lot. He got a lot of work. But some other guys got some work too. So, but Bryce, again, he's looking as good as he can considering the circumstances. Again, some context. Just look at the separation chart. We have nobody separating above the league average, bro. Like it's nobody separating above the league average. That is a problem. That's a huge problem when it comes to this. Because I got news for y'all. Everybody keeps talking about CJ Stroud and how much better he's playing than Bryce. Bro, I looked up there.
Nico Collins got speed, bro.
Bro, but listen to this, Dave. I want everybody to pay attention to this, like real talk, especially for those that are CJ Stroud guys. And I'm a CJ Stroud guy. I'm glad he's playing well. That's kind of what I expected from him. But you have to look at the context, right? The context is that CJ Stroud there is nothing on the Panthers offense better than what CJ Stroud has on his offense. Offensive lineman, every position is better. You go across the offensive line, every position is playing better. Nico Collins, the only thing we have better is the slot wide receiver, and that's Adam Thielen. But Nico Collins outranks him. So we don't have a receiver better than what they have. Their best wide receiver is better than our best wide receiver. Their 2 wide receiver is better than our.
And Tank Dell's out.
That's
and Tank Dell's been balling.
So everything.
Shout out to Alabama A&M.
There's nothing on our team, on our offense. Their running back is better than our starting running back. Everything they have is better than what we have. Not to mention the most important piece, which is probably the offense and the play calling. It all works together, bro. It all works together. If you don't have it, you're gonna get the result, which is Bryce Young not playing well. That does not mean Bryce Young is not a talented quarterback, because that's what sucks about this. We get into a situation where we start talking about, oh, Bryce ain't the guy. Well, yeah, you wouldn't be the guy either if you dealt with what he's dealing with. You can go look at Trevor Lawrence. You can go look at all these other guys that are elite talents, but go to SHITTY situations, and then you look at them like, oh, they're trash. No, everything matters. And what sucks about this is, I'm glad they made the change they did, because we're not going to fully waste his first year development.
Yep.
So, but go ahead.
I mean,
I got Minnesota. Disregard Minnesota. My bad. I didn't change it.
Yeah, but for me, when you look at this is pretty, and I said this on Twitter, this is pretty much the same offense we had from a passing distribution standpoint. This is pretty much the same options. I won't say offense, but I'll say options that we had with Rule. Because Rule didn't take too many shots. Like, his offense didn't take too many shots down the field. And some of it was because of the receivers that he had, but like Rule's offense just as a whole didn't. But you can factor in the fact that of the receivers that we have is why we probably were not making decisions to make those shots. And that's what we're seeing here. And eventually, like you said, Rashad, Bryce Young's going to hit those 20-plus shots. He hasn't really hit them like that all season. But he only gets like 2 opportunities at the most, maybe 3. Sometimes just 1.
Bro, it all plays together, right? It's all one big. If you can't protect, how can we get off the big throws? If your offensive line is not going to protect, you don't have the. We were able to do it a couple of times this game because the run game was working. So you got to feed off that play action. So it got a little bit better. But this is not enough. It's not enough. Bryce does not have the support he needs to be the best him. And until we thought we had it, which is unfortunate. And now we're in a situation where we've got to basically hit the reset button and try to figure it out. But anyway, that leads into the topic of the day, Dave. We're gonna hang out right here and discuss this for the rest of the daggone show. And we might invite some people in to kind of give their thoughts on it too. But this is the I think this is not surprising to anyone, right? I don't think it's surprising to anyone that Reich is. Actually, I think it might be surprising to some folks, i.e., old Colts fans. You know what I mean? Because this guy never gave up the play calling there, and he goes out and says it was 100% his decision, which is complete cap, in my opinion. You know, Dave Tepper came in there and was like, "Yo, this ain't going right. We got to make a change."
All I'm gonna say is this, bro, and this is why I asked you the question last week. I asked you the question: how you feel about the owner meeting with the coach every week?
Yeah.
Listen, man, you guys got to understand that I'm intentional with this shit. I don't just ask just to ask. I asked him how he felt for a reason, because that's when the moves get made. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think this was the right decision. Thomas Brown should be absolutely calling the plays.
I agree.
But I don't like the how we got there, because based on the theory that I have.
What's the theory? Go ahead, pod, Dave.
Man, Tepper came in that weekly meeting, was like, all right, man, you out here with 1 quarter offense and I need 4. Maybe you should give this to somebody else. Like I'm not the big. I asked you the question last week because I'm not the biggest fan of meeting with the coach, with the owner meeting with the coach every week. And I said the same thing about Rule too. Like, I'm not a fan of that. I prefer somebody that sits back there, hire the right guys and gals, and let them do their job.
So he did mention this in the preseason, but it doesn't make sense, because if things were going well, why the hell would you just
he wouldn't have changed it. He wouldn't have changed it. If we were where I expect us to be at this point after 6 weeks, they wouldn't be thinking about changing it during the bye.
Yeah, and that's why all this stuff about we have been thinking about this, and this is the right time. That's all cap, bro. Because if we were 3-3 right now, we would be right on track with where they thought we would be, and there would be no changes. You wouldn't turn over play calling if everything was going right. So stop it with the cap, bro. That's complete BS. It's cap. Now, should they have done it? Absolutely. And this is the right time to do it because it's a bye. You got time to do some installations. You can go ahead and get Bryce comfortable. And I do think that some of what Thomas Brown was saying is accurate. He felt like Thomas Brown felt like Bryce was the number 1 guy. And now, because Frank Reich is the type of guy that always works with taller quarterbacks, maybe he didn't know how to freaking adjust
Didn't know how
to
to
Bryce.
scheme.
Maybe
and you
he
know
didn't
what?
know how to scheme for Bryce.
And you know what? That's fine. That's okay. But I just need you to have the ability to be the head coach and understand that you hired these coordinators for a reason. Like you didn't convince, like you convinced Thomas Brown to come over here to be the OC. Let that man call the plays. What you worried about? You trying to redshirt the man this season? They'll be out here redshirting him.
So Jared says if the offense turns around the next 2 years, TB should be the head coach. No reason to lose this person developing and growing Bryce. Hold on, because now I'm about to pod. Because this is a great point. Here's where the rubber meets the road, and it's time to pod, Dave.
All right.
So here's where I'm at with it, right? Because I think personally the Panthers are in a lose-lose situation right now. This is a lose-lose to me. You want to know why? Because guess what? If Thomas Brown literally goes out there and turns this thing around, he will get hired. He's out of here, bro. Which is why you got to hire the young mind as head coach. Is why I was pounding the table for it initially. When I said I wanted the offensive mind, I wanted the young, bright guy. I wanted that guy as the head coach. That's what I wanted. Okay, so if we go around and we go from a bottom 32 offense to now a respectable offense, what the hell is Frank Reich's point? Why is he here? What is his role?
You don't
Get
want
him
me to
out
say,
of here.
You don't want me to say this. And the thing is, like, and let me be clear. I don't know what happened in the interviews. I don't know. But you could have just kept Wilkes and got this guy.
Bro, no, because the same thing would have happened.
No, the same thing would have happened.
You did right.
But at least you would have had somebody that was a competent coach.
I'm about to pod. No. What is Frank Reich's purpose if Thomas Brown goes out there and balls out? What is his purpose? Because guess what? If we suck, let's say the Panthers, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I am managing my expectations when it comes to TB and his play calling. The great news is that nobody knows what the hell is coming, right? So we'll be able to catch some guys off guard. We'll be able to catch the Texans,
bro,
and we'll be able to catch the Colts.
If we can't catch the Texans and the Colts off guard, and then the Bears off guard, because neither one looks like none of them, other than CJ Stroud, might be the toughest quarterback we run into for the next 3 weeks. Think about that, guys. The guy that you all were the guy that we were all debating all through the summer. During the spring, he's going to be the guy that's going to be the toughest quarterback we play in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about that. I'm talking about the offense, Dave. The offense. The offense. If this dude, he has never called plays before in a live game, right? He may have assisted with some stuff, but he's never called plays full time. Nobody knows what the hell we're doing. There is no playbook on us. There's no scheme for us. You can't go out there and go look at the film and be like, yo, this is what their tendencies are, because it's going to look completely different. We're going to catch some guys off guard the first couple of games. Here's what I'm nervous about moving forward after that. After those, once the film is out, is he going to be able to adjust and out scheme guys? Right? So is he going to be able to do that? Because listen, you look at all the other young guys around the league, McDaniels, all these dudes, they out here. I mean, look at the offenses that are coming from these guys, bro. I think Thomas Brown can be that. I really do. I think he can be innovative and push this offense to something better than what it is. The problem with that is if he does, he is gone.
Unless the Rooney rule backfires, I agree.
Bro, he's gonna get hired, bro. There is no doubt in my mind. If he is the catalyst and he is attributed with turning around Bryce Young season, that man is gonna get hired by a team that's getting ready to draft a guy, and he will be the next hot head coach. Facts. He will be. It's just facts. And so that will leave us in a situation where we better hope that tree that Thomas Brown and Frank Reich are building, it's got some strong branches.
Because and by the way, guys, just to remind y'all, because I know you guys are probably going to ask the question later. Thomas Brown has to be 2 years for us to get a draft pick.
Yeah,
not
we're not
one.
getting no draft picks. We're not getting no draft picks. If Thomas Brown leaves this year, we
won't know. But that's
picks.
that's my point. He has to be there for 2 seasons to get a draft pick, not one.
Correct.
Where did the balloons come from, bro?
I have no idea, bro. That was weird.
How did that happen? Because I did not. That's wild.
That was weird.
Whoever did that, shout out to you. Appreciate it. That was crazy.
But yeah. So hold on. I saw a comment I wanted to address. Do you think Tepper's gonna let him go? He has no choice. He can't hold him back.
No, he can. He can, but he have to fire Reich to do it.
That's the only way. That's what I'm saying.
You gotta promote Thomas Brown to head coach, and
you would have to promote here. Yeah, you have to promote him to head coach. That's the only way you keeping Thomas Brown. That's the only way, bro.
Which would I'll be honest with y'all. I don't see it happening after 1 year of hiring Frank Reich. I can see it after year 2, but I can't see it after year 1. So because then it looks like, well, why did you hire this guy in the first place? You know what I'm saying? So it becomes complicated.
Bro,
if you make this.
Frank Reich has no purpose if Thomas Brown turns this thing around, bro.
I don't disagree with you, bro.
Other than a happy story where he was the first quarterback, he came back to coach the Panthers. That's cute, but it ain't get us nowhere. We had 0-6, trash.
Well, he was 0-3 as a starter.
Well, 0-6, he doubled up, Dave. He doubled up and get him out of here. I see nothing but zeros when Frank Reich is around. Give me Thomas Brown. If Thomas Brown turns this around, give me Thomas Brown. Give me Evero, excuse me. Give me those guys.
Yep, no, I'm with you.
He has no purpose. What's the purpose?
I'm with you.
And then Frank, you know what? We appreciate your service. You can step in as a consultant. You can stay on the roster, but I got to get my man Thomas Brown. I got to give him a promotion.
I don't know if Frank will step down, yo. That's too much money.
Listen, that's the best way forward. Hey, Tepper, PR. We got to manage this PR, bro. We got to manage this PR. We got to make sure everything is right. Okay. Hey, Frank, you step down. We're gonna promote. We're gonna promote Thomas Brown. We're gonna get him right, and then the best way forward for you to save face is you just step down.
Y'all front on Frank, man. Yeah, he was a career backup, but he might have until recently he had the greatest quarter. Well, actually, he still had the biggest comeback in playoff history. Because he was the quarterback for the Bills when they came back on the Oilers. So you know, he shows that with his coach teams, man. He always starts slow and then closes it out. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So I did hear this.
What did he say? Because I did not.
I did hear this. He said essentially that Frank lost the locker room. He lost the building, and that was it. They basically it was his time to go. He lost it, and that the offense was garbage. He said the offense was complete trash. He's like they went I forgot what he said. They went so long without first downs. I forgot exactly what he said, but it was some wild stuff. I was like, I didn't know he was this bad.
He was rough, but I mean the year that I knew he was in trouble at the end of the previous season, where all he had to do was beat one of the worst teams in the league. All he had to do was beat Jacksonville to make the playoffs. And blew 9 quarters without a first
down, bro. That's crazy.
And we hired him.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
And we hired him.
That is crazy. I did not know that. I did not know that, fam.
Remind me who applied for this job other than Reich and Wilkes. Can you remind me who else? Evero applied, right?
Out. Well, Evero did.
Evero did apply. Jim Caldwell applied. Maybe we got the wrong old guy. Nah, I mean, Jim Caldwell took the Lions.
You should have got the young guy. You should have got.
No, I'm with you. But if you're gonna get an old guy, go with the old guy that took the Detroit Lions to the playoffs. Because this is ridiculous, man.
Yeah. So hey man, Pat was like, yo, maybe he should have took a year off from coaching. That's what Pat was saying.
Yo, that's what. But then again, Mike McDaniel, he about to be out of here, bro. He ain't gonna be too far. He about to be out of here. He about to be out of there in Dallas.
Oh,
Jerry's
McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy. I mean, McDaniel. I call McDaniel, bro. I did.
You trying to? He out here shining right now.
Josh McDaniel, yes. But McCarthy, he might be out of there in Dallas soon.
Mike, no, I'm talking about Mike McDaniel, the coach, Dolphins.
Oh,
coach.
from the Dolphins. Sorry, yeah, damn, that is right. There is a Mike
I
McDaniel.
would love, I would have loved him as a coach, bro. His aura is crazy. Like he is a great, he's a great coach, bro. He's a great coach,
bruh.
He was on our list when we were getting ready to hire. He was on our list I said we should have talked to, but Miami snagged him.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, man, this is exactly right. Tepper hired feel good story head coaches. We don't need feel good stories. We need wins. That's what he did when he hired Frank Reich. It was cute. Hey, we got the first quarterback full circle moment. Hey, I'm telling y'all right now,
bro, he was winless. He was winless as a starting quarterback.
If this dude, Thomas Brown, turns this thing around and has our offense firing on all cylinders, Frank Reich will need to step down and we need to promote Thomas Brown to head coach ASAP. Because you got to keep continuity with Bryce. We cannot afford to have a revolving door.
If we out here changing
offensive coordinators and coaches, that's how you ruin a quarterback, bro. You better do whatever it takes to keep him around, bro. I'm telling you, Dave. We done seen this story a million times.
I know.
This is how you ruin quarterbacks, bro. This is how you do
it. I pick on Mac Jones, but Mac Jones has had 3 different coordinators. He has. I think he wasn't gonna be good anyway, but
I ain't sober. I'm spitting facts right now, bro. I'm podding.
I'm the one that's not sober. I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not sober
right now, bro. What you talking about?
Yeah, the reason why I was a triple because I wanted to finish up the bottle.
Told you they don't want me to pod, man. Seeker don't want me to pod.
Nope, he doesn't want you to pod, sir.
They said they literally got one. Shout out to Miss Rand. That's funny. To throw the Messalars. That's the only Joan I seen. That's the only Joan I ever seen, bro.
0-3 for a reason, bro. Now, granted, it was an expansion team, so you can't expect too much. But 0-3.
Hey, listen, and you gotta respect Pat. You gotta respect Pat. That's his organization, bro. We talking about Pat. We're talking about Pat McAfee. You got that. He's a coach, bro. He knows that builder. He knows the owner, bro. So when he speaks about Frank Reich, that's some real. You gotta kind of take.
Yeah, I gotta roll with Pat on that one because
you gotta believe
anybody. And Aaron Rodgers has some pretty good things to say about Bryce Young and the development of him and Brian Burns, by the way. Which, by the way, guys, we need to pay Brian Burns. I'm on to pay Brian. I've been on to pay Brian Burns stream, but I'm just gonna remind y'all we gotta pay Brian Burns.
So Noli says Tepper could also give Brown a major bag and promise that he's their heir apparent. Nah, I get the major bag part, and that I agree with that part. But the promises to say he's the heir apparent, no. Either I'm your man or I'm not. I'm not taking that. Now the bag I would take. I would take a bag to stay, because if you're gonna give me head coach money, then I'm gonna stay around. That would entice me. But if I'm the man, give me the job, bro. I could do it. I agree with that, though. Give him a bag, bro. Give him the bag. Give him the bag. Hey, listen, Seeker, are you watching the same? Listen, it's 6 games. If it's 6 games, why would they? And we're so jaded, then why the hell are we making a change at play caller? So it's not us. They made the change. Tell them to chill. The Panthers made the change, not me.
Yep.
Not me. I'm just playing. I'm playing for you what's going to happen if things go well. Tell Tepper to chill. He's the one telling them, hey, you need to change play callers. That's them, not me. ACASH says today point about Brian Burns, pay him or trade him. Do not lose him for nothing. True.
Well, I'm there, but I'd rather pay him if we can pay him.
True.
Because he's a generational he's one of the best pass rushers in the league. I don't care what y'all tell me. Y'all be looking at y'all be looking at stat lines, but y'all need to be looking at what he does to make everybody else around him better.
Hey, he didn't give me what I asked for. And I ain't he didn't give me what I asked for. I wanted a young coach, a young offensive mind, innovative
I
mind.
was on
That's
the
what I asked for.
I was cool with a young innovative guy, but if you weren't gonna get him, you just hire Wilkes. Let Wilkes do it. I would have been cool with Wilkes. Because the thing is, man, Wilkes had that locker room, bro. And now we got somebody who has a history of losing the locker room. That's problematic. Now, granted, I don't think he's gonna lose the locker room in a year, but if you don't start getting some wins going, he's gonna lose it. That's just how it works. So, from my perspective, I think I'm happy that he finally, whoever nudged him to change the play calling duties, I'm happy that Thomas Brown got it. And I'm fascinated to see what we're going to look like in 2 weeks. I think it's going to help. But I understood why they went against Wilkes, and I just don't agree with the options they wrote with. Nah, don't do that. I'm not doing that, man.
Yeah, we can't play like that, Steve.
Nah,
but Steve
but
says,
appreciate the super chat.
Do you think Frank may have a little dementia? Yeah, we can't play like that.
Nah, I don't think he does.
I ain't gonna put that on him. I ain't gonna put that on him. Shout out to Steve for that super chat, though.
Nah, I don't think he does. I just think, there's some coaches that, the game has passed them by, and that happens.
The stat says, I'm not confident Tepper makes the right decision if Thomas does amazing and fully turns it around. Of course not. Of course he won't. He's gonna get picked up elsewhere, bro. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna be one of the primary head coaching targets. His name was already out there. He's gonna be top of the list if he legit turns around Bryce Young and this offense. Why wouldn't any team that's getting ready to build and draft a quarterback pick up the phone and call this man because he has a resume of working with Bryce Young and rookie quarterbacks? He will be my first call. Are we dumb here? What are we talking about?
It's a no-brainer.
He's going to be my first call if I'm one of them top teams. I done fired the previous regime. I'm bringing in new guys. I'm in position to get a Caleb Williams. I'm bringing in this guy especially if he does well with Bryce Young. What are we talking about? And if nothing changes, that's the lose-lose part of it. That's the lose-lose part of it. That's why I said we're in a lose-lose scenario with this. Because if he does well, great. We better make some changes to keep him around. Throw a bag at him. If not, if it looks like trash, well, I don't know. What do we do next?
We gotta win some games. I know that. Even if the offense, we gotta win some games, Rashad. We gotta win some games, bro. We can't be out here giving them one overall pick to Chicago. Gotta win some games.
My man said the right way is the wrong way. Wow. Yeah.
That's my thing.
So shout out to Twan Down. He says, I feel they are giving Thomas the job to stop the bleeding with Frank's reputation is not genuine. I think maybe that's something to do with it too. But I think they just reaching right now. I think that they reaching right now for something. They need something that, like Dave said, we need some wins. And everybody's been saying it. The whole Panthers Twitter's been saying it. Every time we get on this show, y'all say we got to turn the play calling over to TV. And we're doing it now. So he's doing it. And is it going to work out? I don't know. But to me, I feel like it's a lose-lose. And the only way it's not a lose-lose is if we promote him because he's gonna get a lot of interviews next year. And then if not, you're going to have multiple folks coaching Bryce Young, which is going to stunt his development. And then it's a never-ending cycle of crap. We've seen it play out before.
Yep. I'm with you there.
Here's Eddie's question. He says, which is worse? TB does well and gets a head coach job next season, or TB doesn't turn it around and we still see this and we see the same. I think, hey, listen, I want TB to knock this out the park, and I want him to get the head coaching job. That's what I want from TB. That's what I want from TB. That's what I want from TB, bro. I hope he turns it around, and I hope he plays well. I hope he plays well, or he coaches well. But we'll see. We'll see.
It's going to be interesting. I will say that it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to change this thing up, man. Because If he doesn't, then in the grand scheme of things, it didn't matter from the standpoint of who was calling the plays. But I want to believe that Thomas Brown is going to be able to improve this offense, which is not a bad thing for the Panthers. Now, whether or not they're going to equate to some wins, we're going to see. Like, I feel like we should be able to beat the Texans next after our bye, but we'll see. And I guess there was a crazy stat too that you didn't even mention. Frank Wright is undefeated after the bye.
We'll see. I did not see that stat.
So we're gonna see what it is. Now, if he's out, yeah, man. When you have a triple, that's what happens, Deontay. If we out here, hustling backwards going into this game 2 weeks from now, then it's gonna be a different discussion.
Yeah. So White Chocolate
Texas probably the toughest game we got in the next 3 weeks.
White Chocolate Espresso says, "Are they still starting Sanders?" If he's not healthy, then no. Chuba's obviously has looked way better.
I'm ready. I think I'm ready to bench Sanders, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna split carries, but yeah, I think that Chuba needs to get the bulk of the carries. He's been playing well. I think that Tariq Cohen, who's on the practice squad, should be getting ready to go here. I think you saw Raheem Blackshear out there. I think both of them guys can get added to the rotation. I think we're going to be pretty good because I think you can do some things with Cohen. You can line him up in the slot, get him out with some jet sweeps. Hopefully, he got that speed back. I know it's been a couple years since he's played, but I know there's a question about Tariq earlier, which is why I brought him up. But I think he should be ready to go after the bye.
My thing about Tariq is this, man. I think they brought him in to do the return work, but he can absolutely help in other areas. Like he can run the route tree for wide receiver. He can play running back if you need him to play running back. So he can do it all if you need him to do it all. But I think primarily the reason why they brought him back was to be a returner, punt returner, kick returner. And like I agree with you, Rashad, I think he'll be ready after the bye.
Yeah. I did not know this. Hollywood Gaming says,
yeah, I saw that stat earlier this week, bruh.
Yeah, the Panthers have scored the most points in the division, but have given up the most points in the division.
We got a potent offense, but our defense, we give up a lot of points on defense.
We do not have a potent offense. That's the problem. We getting shootouts. That's the problem. We get down and we got to put up some points. And then the defense has been playing well. I know it don't look like it, but when you play the Dolphins, who average 37 points a game, that is what it is. There, the Lions are a good team. We had a tough out, man. We've had a tough out. Let me see here. Let me see. So there was another question. Oh, Chenault, I think he has an ankle issue, man, that he was on crutches, so he probably gonna be out a couple of weeks. I think a high ankle sprain is probably what he has. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. A lot of injuries, bro. I think we have to be the most injured team. I don't know who keeps track of those stats. We have to be the most injured team in the league, bro. Easily. We got to be the most injured team in the league. We got to be, bro. We got to be. Chenault, we lost Chenault. Frankie Louvu was banged up. I think he's okay, but Frankie Louvu was banged up. We got to get some of these guys back.
No, I don't disagree there. We definitely need to get some of the guys back.
Yeah, we can't stop.
That's the bigger issue. But you know what? That's the penalty of a 3-4. Like if you don't have the proper personnel to play a 3-4, the most vulnerable thing is the run game. I've seen it with the Panthers, and I've been seeing it with A&T all season too. When I watch A&T play,
I mean, we just. Oh, go ahead, my fault.
No, I mean we just don't have the. We don't fully have the personnel to run a 3-4. We don't. We do not. I mean, it's the pros, and it tends to be more noticeable too. But we don't have the full scale personnel to run the 3-4, and it doesn't help that we have injuries too, after Shaq Thompson's and things of that sort. So it doesn't help.
Yeah, it's a lot of injuries, and not to mention guys talking about getting traded. The fire sales. I mean, listen, we coming up on the deadline. I believe the trade deadline is Halloween, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check that. Trade deadline it's Halloween. So we got a couple weeks into the trade deadline. I firmly believe a couple of guys are going to get moved. Whether it's Chin, whether it's TMJ, Burns. I think we're going to move a couple guys, bro. We're going to move a couple of guys. So, and Marquise Haynes too. I think Marquise Haynes, I saw him tied to a trade joint too. But yeah, I don't know where Marquise Haynes is, bro, because he should be back after the bye too. Go ahead, Dave. What you gonna say? You gotta wake up, bro.
Yo,
you knocked out over there.
I blame the alcohol, but nah. I mean, I think before now and Halloween they got to decide whether or not they're gonna be able to sign Burns. I know they always do the whole cliche, "Oh, we'll wait till the end of the season to make this to decide and renegotiate and all that hoopla." You're gonna have to make a decision before Halloween whether or not you're gonna sign Burns. And if you ain't gonna be able to sign Burns, you can trade him. I want them to sign him. They should be paying him over $30 million a year. That's my opinion on it. But if you're not gonna pay him, then you need to go ahead and trade him. Now, as for some of the other folks that's been in the bubble for trading, like your TMJs, and we already went over this the other day during our other live stream, they're not going to get as much as you think they are. Brian Burns is the crown jewel here. Everybody else might get you at most a fifth, and it ain't TMJ. TMJ not going to get you a fifth. Chin might. Chin might. TMJ's not.
Rare Rizzy says if we still had Foreman a healthy offensive line and Wilkes at the helm, do you think we would be in better shape? I think we would have more wins than 0.
We'd be first in the division.
I'll tell you that.
We'd be first in the division.
We've had more wins than 0.
We would be first in the division. We'll be first in NFC South.
ICP says Marquise Haynes been chilling with Jim Caldwell. Yeah, I don't know. He probably I don't know. We don't know where he at either. So you're right. I ain't seen him either. All right, so real quick, because there was a question asked about let me reshare this. There was a question asked about cap space and what we're gonna look like if we trade Dante Jackson. Let's run some hypotheticals here.
Sure.
Because I think this is a good question. Good question. Let's say hypothetically we trade Dante Jackson. So we'll do a post June 1 trade. So this is what we look like now. 8.5 million, 63 million in 2024. Let me submit that. So we'd free up a little bit of space now and about 5 million in the future. No, how much more was that? Hold on. Yeah. So that's not bad. Not a bad bit of saving if we can get rid of Dante Jackson. I'm not mad at that. So who was the other? Who else do we got on the block? Dave, is that TMJ?
Yep.
See if I can find TMJ. This is where we are now. This is where we are now. Yeah, it's not going to save much space. We trade TMJ.
There he is.
Post. Just want that probably the rest of his salary, which is like 700,000.
That was it.
Little bit of space there. Who else? Who else was on the block? They want me to do the trade simulator, man. We ain't getting nothing from them, man. And I haven't.
Why do y'all think we're gonna get something for TMJ? Like, why are we having this discussion? We'll be lucky to get a 7 from TMJ.
Let me see. You said Chin. You want to do Chin too? Chin ain't making that much either, but we'll trade. Can't do it pretty. We'll trade him. It's a little bit here and there. The point of it is for us to get draft capital, not to save. I mean, Dante Jackson would give us some savings, but outside of that, it's to get some draft capital back. And the problem is we're not going to get the capital that we want. Burns is not going to give us anything either. Oops. Because again, he's on his 5th-year option. So we're not going to get all of that because we're going to have paid.
We would have to pay him. We would have to pay him, but that's not a big deal. It's about the value.
But what I'm saying is his base salary, because he gets paid by game on the 5th-year option.
Yep.
So we would pay what we already paid out, and we would save the balance of it. So we would save a little bit and get to roll a little bit.
So, but he's making a little under $1 million a year.
$1 million per game.
About $1 million per game. I mean, excuse me, about $1 million per game. So, and theoretically, so that means whoever takes him in a trade would be $12 million, which is a bargain for Brian Burns, considering how much he should be making. I don't think the salary cap is as intrusive as it would be if it was somebody else. I still think we can get at least a first round pick out of it. People will debate whether or not that's enough, but we'll get at least a first round pick about it from him.
Yeah, Moton ain't getting traded, bro. He not
Moton ain't going nowhere. Derek Brown is interesting, but I don't want to trade him either.
ICP says, what if TMJ actually balls under Thomas Brown like he did for Wilkes? Dave.
Yo, and look, if
he
that
only
happens,
got 2 weeks to do it. He only got 2 weeks to do it. I mean, if we're talking about making his trade value higher, like we only got 2 weeks to do that. Two, if he balls out, I think the focus is gonna be on developing Jonathan Mingo. The focus is not when we drafted Mingo, TMJ story was over with, bro. The TMJ story was over.
I just think the odds of this is so slim because he hasn't shown enough to show me that he's going to be able to ball in a scheme. He's had plenty of opportunities to take the reins, and he hasn't really done it.
I mean, but to his point, he did look better under Wilkes. He's putting numbers up under Wilkes.
He looked better under Wilkes. So then the question becomes, okay, then maybe we don't end up drafting Mingo if that's the case.
ICP said major pause on that. I don't know what was said. What did we say? What did we say it was pausable?
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
I don't know what was. I missed that one. My bad. I don't miss too many. I missed that one. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do, bro. I just hope that that's a good exercise. But again, with the trade, the only one that's really gonna save us money is Dante Jackson. Everything else is to get capital back. And we're not gonna get draft capital back for these guys. Not the kind y'all are thinking. Y'all are not. We are not getting back the kind of draft capital for Chin. A lot of y'all thinking we're gonna get a second or third round. Bro,
nah.
That's not
all I'm gonna say is this, and this is for all you Clemson fans out there, and I said this during the show the other day. Isaiah Simmons got a 7th. Chin is better than Isaiah Simmons. Probably gonna end up getting a 5th. Maybe a 6th.
My man said, when is our dead cap going? Let me see. We got a lot of dead cap this year. Total dead cap. Let me see. I don't have a total here. It's okay. 55 million in dead cap this year. Next year we have 1 million in dead cap. So if we stay the course, we don't have that much dead cap next year. The problem is if we start going to trade people, you're gonna add to that dead cap. If you go trade Dante Jackson, you're gonna add a ton to the dead cap. If you go trading XYZ, you're gonna add some money to the dead cap. So we're gonna be adding to the dead cap. We start trading people. Pause. Balls under Wilkes. Yeah, it is pause.
Ooh,
I see what you did there. That is pausable moment. Yeah, we got probably 4th, 5th, maybe.
Probably
something like that.
Probably
something like that.
For him. It'll be a 5th. Won't be as much as y'all think it will be. I'll tell you that.
But next year, so we got 64. Oh, that's what my change is. Let me undo that because I think we have like 50-something million in cap. Next year, that's gonna go quick. Just like it did last year, we had 100-something million in cap space. Man, that shit went so fast. By the time we started spending these guys, you got up out of here, bro. So, but yeah, man. So we gotta get some picks back. And when we do get the picks, we gotta draft well. That's part of our problem. We gotta draft well.
That means we gotta get another G. Oh, let me be quiet.
ACAS says 55 million in dead cap. We are really the Carolina dead caps. It's true. It's true. Every year we end up with a lot of dead cap. Jared says if y'all want draft capital, you better find a new GM, pull up the last 3 draft classes, and count the amount of misses. 22 picks and 5 contribute. Yeah, it's that bad, which is why I said that when you draft, you gotta do something with them. We have not drafted well at all. We have not drafted well at all.
Yeah, man, and oh God, man, have to be consistent about this whole situation. With Rule there, he's got final personnel say. That's not the case anymore with Federer now. And the moves that he's made so far since Wright's been there, I've questioned. Not a fan of some of it. But I don't know if the owner's going to feel like removing him after one bad year, or if she's going to make any type of movement during the bye. So it's going to be interesting to see the next 2 weeks how this goes. I talked about I'm looking at these questions.
Yeah, I don't know about this. I did not hear this.
I didn't hear that either.
I did not hear this at all. But Devonta Adams would be that'd be a great pickup if they could somehow finagle that, because I know he's not happy over there. I don't know how we can make him much more happier, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, so all right. So with that said, man, do we got anything else we need to discuss?
Somebody asked me about Steve Smith and Judy, but I already kind of said my spill on that last week.
We talked about that a little bit. The Judy situation. Listen, Smitty is Smitty. He's gonna keep it a buck. He was vindicated in what he said because Judy went out there and had 14 yards.
3 catches and 14 yards.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, and then Judy didn't address it in the locker room afterwards after you put up a terrible game. Come on, man. Shout out to Smitty, man. He right. You gotta trust his evaluation. And he did try to apologize, and Judy got on his tough guy SHIT. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. You know, I'm always back at Steve. Steve can do no wrong in my eyes, you know. So it is. I'm biased. I'm all biased.
Slight bias.
There ain't no slight. Ain't no slight for me, bro. My bias.
No, but Smitty, Steve Smith Sr. was right. Like Smitty was right. Like, you cannot, if you can't take criticism, you shouldn't be out here asking for trades because you ain't done nothing. And then the moment where he gave you the criticism, you saw the man, you said what you said, and he still went at your neck. And then at that point, you should have had a phenomenal game. And you out here against the Kansas City Chiefs, you could have had a great game. You out here 3 catches, 14 yards.
Yeah, but basically though, that does basically eliminate that from happening. Judy will not be a Panther.
No.
So you either can thank Steve Smith or you can it is what it is with that. It is what it is, man. So shout out to Smitty, man. Again, I like that he keeps it real. He was respectful about it. But it is what it is. All right. With that said, man, we're gonna close this thing down, man. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments, all that good stuff, man.
Become a patron.
Was that a new Oh, okay. Never mind. My bad.
I'm delayed a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that a new soundboard, John? What is happening here?
Nah, become a patron. Go to www.patreon.com/PantherNationPC, and please, man, please, sir, become a patron. It only costs $3 a month. Might as well do it.
Facts.
Might as well do it.
All right, we'll holler at y'all, man. We'll see y'all next week. We out.
Peace.